Hey, what's going on, you glum gloom? Today, I'm showing off Larry's Dunsparce EX from Ascended Heroes. It's a Stage 1 EX Pokemon with 270 HP. It's got that Work Rush attack. Flip a coin for each energy attached to Larry's Dunsparce and does 80 damage for each head. So theoretically, I mean, we can put a lot of energy on this thing, and we can hit really hard, one-hit KOing everything in the format. Before we jump into it, though, and I explain how we're fully setting up our Larry's Dunsparce and taking advantage of its attack, gotta give a huge shout out to Dragon Shield, of course, for sponsoring the channel. They make a ton of high-quality, premium gaming accessories. And of course, we all know them and love them as Pokemon TCG players for their card sleeves. And if you didn't, then now you do. They got a bunch of different styles over there. They got the mats, they got the non-mats, the classics, the dual mats, the non-glares. Did I say the mats, the non-mats? The non-mats are just the classics. And a bunch of different colors to pick from as well. I think they just came out with some new colors over there. So something for everyone over at dragonshield.com. Check them out. Link will be in the description, and code AzulGG will get you a discount over there as well. So I explained the Larry's Dunsparce, and we do have a 4/4 Larry's Dunsparce in here, and the baby Larry's Dunsparce is actually kind of nice because it has free retreat cost. Now you do want to choose second with this deck, and on the first turn of the game, you're going to be looking to attack with Larry's Komala, which with its lethargic charge ability can accelerate energy as long as it's on the bench and energy from our hand to our active Larry's Pokemon. And not only do we want to choose second to just play a supporter, to see more cards, look to get set up, we can also turn one dozing draw with Larry's Komala. That's almost what we do every turn one going second. If you went first, maybe you'll attack on the turn two. But dozing draw, this Pokemon is now asleep, and then you draw two cards. So that's how we get all of our energy on to our Larry's Dunsparce through the Komala. But it does say an energy card, not a basic energy. So we can accelerate stuff like Jet Energy or Ignition Energy, which provides 3 energy, which means we get to flip 3 times for each Ignition Energy attached to Larry's Dunsparce, and we'll do 80 damage for each heads. Now I'm building this build, or this build is built around the Levincia Stadium here. I'm just trying to be as straightforward and simple as possible. I guess there are other builds out there with like Meganium that are definitely interesting, and I probably will revisit or visit in the future. But for right now, I've been running it with the Levincia and the basic Lightning Energy, of course the Ignition Energy like I mentioned, and we do need a little bit of mobility. The Larry's Komalas do have 2 retreat costs, and we don't want to be expending all of our energy onto our Larry's Komala to have to hard retreat it or anything like that. So playing a Jet Energy from our hand to our Dunsparce to move that in the active, or to our Dunsparce to get that back in the active and be attacking makes a lot of sense. I also play the Legacy Energy here as the A-Spec, not because it synergizes with Larry's Komala's ability, but I think we need it to be able to beat decks like Golden Go or like Raging Bolts, any of these like 2 prize decks, even like Charizard, it can be a pretty big deal against. You don't really need it for like matchups against like Dragapult. It could come up against Gardevoir, but they have a lot of tools to get around stuff like Legacy Energy. But it's really those more aggressive back and forth 2-for-2 prize trade matchups where the Legacy Energy comes in pretty clutch. We got 8 basic Lightning, 4 Ignition Energy. Of course, we play way more of these if we could. 4 Jets and that Legacy Energy. 4/4 to Dunsparce. I like the 4 to Dunsparce because just drawing into it is pretty nice. And I don't play a ton of Pokemon search cards to find the Larry's Dunsparce, and I figured it would just be better to play more Larry's Dunsparce, specifically up against the Dragapult matchup. This is a big deal because we're going to be getting Badooed, so we can't play Ultra Balls or Poké Pads or Nest Balls, whatever. Ultra Balls is the only thing that can find the Larry's Dunsparce, but that means we have a higher chance of finding the Larry's Dunsparce, and also protecting our Dunsparces is also a big deal. So they're not easy prize cards for most of the time Dragapult. So 4 to Dunsparce, mostly for the Dragapult matchup than anything else. And I guess the Dragapult matchup becomes less popular. You could like cut one of the Larry's Dunsparce for an Ultra Ball maybe, or something like that. But I don't know, 4 of them is just kind of nice. I kind of like it. For the supporters, 4 Boss because it's Boss, 4 Lily's Determination because it's Lillie, 4 Research because Research is also pretty good. And then we need more draw supporters than that, so I just went ahead and put 3 Iono in there as well. For the Pokemon search cards, like I mentioned, 4 Nest Ball, 2 Poké Pad, 2 Ultra Ball. I initially started out with like 4 Poké Pad, but then I found I was like, I'm setting up really consistently, and I'm just kind of at these excess Poké Pads. So I started to cut back on the pads, and one thing that I noticed I was missing was energy. I just wasn't able to get enough energy in the mid-late game to pull off those big KOs. So I upped the basic lightning count. I think I started off at like 6, now I'm up to 8. And I also added EXP shares in here as well, because when our active Dunsparce goes down, we could have an EXP share on our bench Dunsparce or to Dunsparce to be able to retain some of that energy to set up for big KOs following up. Another thing I'll mention about this deck is you want to try and aggressively get as much energy in play as possible in the early game and even the mid game. And you want to make plays where you kind of split your energy between Dunsparces or to Dunsparces. And Jet Energy is really good at that. I'll have like situations where Maybe we go second and we use Larry's Komala, dozing draw up a couple cards, and maybe it wakes up going into their turn or going back into our turn. Our opponent doesn't take a KO. Then we want to do stuff like jet up a Dudunsparce and then like accelerate an energy to it, then retreat it back to the Komala and just draw 2 more cards if we don't want to take a knockout quite yet. Or on like our first turn of the game, if we go first, if we have like 2 Dunsparces, we could attach like an energy to each of them. Just try and get a lot of energy in play and just don't overcommit it to like a single Dunsparce or Dudunsparce, because then our opponent can like remove all of our value from playing the same turn and make it really hard for us to like chain back-to-back KOs, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's the list. That's my take on the deck currently. Like I said, the idea behind the Meganium build does sound cool, and I will try that one out in the future as well. But for right now, let's jump some action with this build, and I'll show y'all how it runs. I think so. I just gonna want to build up the extra energy. Could you try that 1 prize Metagross? Maybe at some point. We probably can't get turn 1 knocked out, right? No, we should be safe for the first turn. Do judge flips exist like judge shuffles? I don't think so, no. Never thought about that before. I'm pretty sure they don't, though, no. I think the only thing you can do is you request your opponent use like a different randomizer. That's the most you can request from your opponent when it comes to shuffling. When it comes to flipping, excuse me. We're gonna get badooted. Sure. But doesn't Ogerpon cook us? I mean, it's 2 prize for 2 prize trade. I don't think so. We're not scared of getting 1-hit KO'd. How does Outlaw Leg work in person? Does your opponent just yeet a card, or does a judge do it? Your opponent offers you their hand, not revealed, and you pick a card. How's it worded specifically? Discard a random card from your opponent's hand. Yeah, your opponent offers their hand to you unrevealed, and you just pick a card. Nest Ball or Poké Pad for Enzorark? I have no clue. I've played 0 games with Enzorark recently. Can you mind game the card pushing a certain card towards them, or would that be against the rules? That would probably be against the rules. It's just supposed to be like, it's supposed to be all else even. Opponent picks a random card from the stack. We'll see what they attack me with here. If they don't have Meganium here, I guess they're just kind of stuck for a turn, right? Can I ask them to shuffle and I can cut and pick one? Yeah, you could probably request they shuffle, yeah. Have you tried the Pad ASC that made day 2 at Sydney? No. Both players gentlemen on stream and play Epic Splash format for the game? No. I feel like I'm just gonna get badooed here, right? I think it's like also theoretically you could like, I think you could like roll a die to determine. Ooh, they're going in. You could theoretically roll a die to determine which card you want to discard as well. I just have to go all in for the KO, right? I'm trying to think about how I want to play this, but I'm pretty sure that's what I got to do. Doesn't matter which one I send up, I don't think. All right, come on, one time. I need this. I need this. Oh no, it's not even that good of a draw. And we still got Fez to work with. I need an ignition here. I need an ignition, I feel like. Dude, not even another energy? Bro, I'm gonna have to get so lucky. Oh no. I need to go 5 and 1. Dude, not even another energy there is kind of criminal. I guess I could go 5 and 2. 5 and 1. Once, come on, one time. Nah, let's go. Oh, let's go. Yes, that's huge. No EXP share backup, but that's fine. We need this. We needed that. We needed that. Now we're feeling good. Now we're feeling good. That was huge. That was huge. That makes up for all of last game, to be honest. It's balanced. Now I feel like the scales are balanced. Our RNG is back to 50-50. Yo, so I got a vision. Combine Komala with the TEF Chinchino, or however it's spelled, the one used in Lugia last year, and ends playing in Scramble Switch. That sounds awful. Wait, does Ends Plane even work with that? Does Ends Plane only move basic energy? Up to 2 energy. Move 2 specials. Scramble Switch would be the only savior in that situation, but it would still be terrible. They're not cooking over there right now. Did you knock out your opponent IRL? What the fuck are they waiting for? That's what I'm wondering. Chill! They just got the max rod like that? Alright, they're cooking, they're cooking. Alright, they're cooking, they're cooking, they're cooking. They can't punch with Meganium though, unless they have Boss. Or not Meganium, Venusaur. They could Venusaur punch my Fez, which would be kind of annoying. Yeah, it'd be a little bit annoying. Yeah, they probably don't want to just punch my active here. Oof. That's pretty good, though. That's pretty good. You scared to commit to Venusaur again? They don't want to get 1-hit KO'd. They're definitely just going to knock me out with Ogerpon here, right? Most likely. Yeah. I have 3 ignitions left, bro. It's still so possible to lose this game. It is still so possible to lose. Oh my. You see cards. That is like a... Dude, where's my ignitions? Where's my... Dude, where's my energy, man? Dude, this is such a bad draw. We have nothing. We had no energy built up. We have no ignitions. Oh my gosh. Do I even go for the KO? What else would I do, though? Man, damn. Was my Legacy Energy in the deck? Goes from the get-go. Yeah, I feel like I just don't want to go in this turn, to be honest. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I think we gotta do something else here. Dargic Chargic. They go after this Dunsparce. Okay. I could just evolve this, I guess, as well. All right, yeah, I'm not super confident in this situation at all, to be honest, but we'll do our best. Hope for the best. I don't know where my Legacy Energy is, but if it's in the deck, we can go with a Dunsparce with a Legacy, and we'll figure it out from there, I guess. If they go Boss KO Fez here, or Boss KO one of my Dunsparce. Well, if they Boss KO Fez or Boss KO Dunsparce, then we have to go for the win, but it's whatever. Okay, chat, do you guys know what was the first ever regionals playmat given out at a regional championship event? Yeah. Was it the Groudon one, maybe? Someone in chat said a Lugia playmat. Someone said Charizard. Probably Pikachu. It definitely wasn't Pikachu. No. Someone said Kecleon. Scrafty. Lorelei said, was there one in black and white, a Scrafty one? That sounds kind of familiar. I don't know. Is that what you're gonna go with? Wait, are they attacking with this thing? That's got to be a troll, right? It's got to be a terrible play to attack with the Mega Venusaur. That is definitely trolling. I have no lightnings in my discard pile. I mean, yeah, I think I just pushed this. I think I actually go for the last Komala here, right? I think we just go all in. Oh, the Legacy was in there. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, yeah. So I grabbed this. Hope to find all the ignitions, I guess. All right, we got... No, I'm 1 energy short. I'm 1 energy short from maximizing my energy. Come on. All right, here we go. We need 5 of 8. I'm not confident. I'm not confident. One time. Yes, yes, we got him. Let's go. This is what I'm talking about. Back-to-back Mega Venusaur KOs. Wait, dude, where's my energy, bro? I feel like I had way more. What happened to my energy? What the heck? Raging Bungus. Prize double Komala. Okay. That start is not great. I think I do charge here. I'd put this here though, off the rip. Just get it out of the way. Oh boy. Rising Lunch doesn't even matter, right? No. Alright. It's gonna be tough. Especially because we prized double Komala. The lack of supporters is not good. Well, hopefully Fez can bail us out here. Get double ignition this turn. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. I guess I could sacrifice another Dunsparce. They don't get a prize card, so I could sacrifice another Dunsparce. They go to odd prize cards, and we can take over from there, I guess, still. Possibly. Well, I need something here. Okay. All right, sure. I mean, I think I just go for the KO then. I just need 3. You know, I need less. I need below average. I don't even need the average. I mean, just clean 3. Okay. Ooh, the 7-0, bro. No, that's so bad. Now I'm gonna hit tails for the rest of the game, bro. That was super unnecessary. You need to chill out, bro. We just need to keep it. We should keep it level, bro. We don't need to go. We don't need to have all that happen, bro. Come on, you're killing me here. It's not good. That's not a good thing. That is bad. Now we have to wait for things to even out. It's not good. It's not good, folks. Bad. It's real bad. That's all right. They're dead drawing. We're chilling. Stabbing. My opponent made up for all my heads by getting double tails there. Okay.